All right, hi everybody. It is Chris Reed here. I just wanted to check that my recording is indeed working, and it seems to be. Welcome, Championsway team members. My name is Chris Reed, like I just said, and I want to present to you the reason why we build our organizations in Organo Gold the way we do, using their dual team structure to ward off the most insidious, terrible disease that can go through any MLM organization or any membership-based organization, and that is people quitting. Retention rates. Retention rates need to be high to have success in this business. Remember, people get into this business, they want to see growth. It's nice to get that $50, the $100, the $150, but nobody's come into this business and talked to me and said, Chris, I like to get that, $325 a month. Most people I hear is $5,000 to $10,000. $10,000 seems to be a common one. So the thing is, when you come into this business with that as a goal, you've got to realize that retention has undermined more people like you than anything else in this industry. And what I mean by that, and if you've been in this business before, maybe it's happened to you, where you start off in an organization and you get yourself a little $100 income right away. And you build and build and build and build and build, and you get to a certain point where you've got about, maybe a $500 or $1,000 income, something that looks like it's going somewhere. But you've got a typical, narrow at the top, wide at the bottom style structure, and a lot of these in your organization. These represent somebody who's brand new, no downline. Most vulnerable person, most integral person, and in an organization where you're making $1,000 in that model, the vast majority of your organization look like this. They're alone. They have no downline. So the vast majority of your organizations are made up and comprised of the absolute most vulnerable people in the entire structure that you have. The most important people. These people are the ones who just started. They're nervous. They're not sure if they can do this. They have so many questions. They don't know what to do. I'm not putting anybody down if you actually don't match any of those descriptions and you're brand new in the organization. Believe me, you're in the minority. You have to plan for the fact that these people are ripe for what we call buyer's remorse. They've done something and they're not sure if they've done the right thing. So they have to be insulated right away. We have to make sure they don't quit no matter what. There's going to be the most of them in your organization if you build it that wide way. So how do you make sure they don't quit? Well, in organizations where people get to that $500,000 a month, what happens next? One of these guys just goes, I made the wrong move, and cancels. Then guess what? The person above him just went, whoa, I had like 2 people in my downline or 3 people in my downline, and I just lost one. I didn't grow, I actually shrank. What gives? Their motivation's low. The other 2 people start to feel a little shaky. Maybe they quit. One of them quits. It's going to take out the person above them. And it starts a chain reaction. All of a sudden, the organization drops. And you go from 1,000 one month, down to 800, and then down to 400, because there were too many of these left at the bottom, right? You look at the comp plan and go, all right, this is what's best for me in the short term. This is what's best for me in the short term. And you start to build one of these style of organizations, right? Now, this is a lot of people across the bottom. This should be 2, 4, 6, 8 people across the bottom. 8 people in your organization, they're all that are all on their own, completely isolated, right? There's 4, 6, 7. You got an organization of 14 people here. You've probably made a couple $100 from this group. That's not bad. But the thing is, that may be the last couple $100 you ever make, unless you can really motivate these people. Now, how do we motivate and get these people going? Well, these people are content. They might not be thrilled, but they're content. They've got they got a left leg, they've got a right leg, they're going to sit back and watch it and hope for the best. This is a dangerous organization. Let me show you what we do in terms of our binary dual team structures. When this person sits by themselves, we take the next 2, put them like this. Now this person is going, hey, that's actually good. So we take them mentally right out of that danger zone right away by showing them some results. And they go, okay, this is actually something. I'd love to see this speed up. That's usually where their mindset is. Then we get them, now they got a downline of 5 people, right? Downline of 5 people, you're going, hey, you know what? This is pretty good. Right about here, in this zone of 5 to 8 people, right? 6, 7, 8, is when I get the first email saying, Chris, I need to buy ads. I want my other side built. I know I want to grow my other leg. So I get this question right about here. Invest. So at this stage, This person with a downline of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, where's their mind space at? They've got 8. Now they want to see this leg go. They're asking to reinvest in their business, right? When you have these people in your downline, of course, they're asking to reinvest in your business. Let's not forget where they were back on that traditional model mentally. When they had their downline of 8, well, they were one of these guys, right? They had this spot. They had this little gang here, and life was pretty good. But at the same time, their mindset is sit back, relax, let the system work for itself. There's not going to be a spike to growth because they're not really thinking of reinvesting in their organization. And they're getting a fat bottom, which is dangerous. So 8. Then we usually keep going. 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got 15 people in one line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 and this line of 15, I'm getting emails from saying, I demand to buy more ads now. I want to build my other leg. Now, how far is that away from where the mindset was when they started off? Let's say there's only one person in your entire structure here that's on the bottom. There's only one person in your entire organization that has no downline. There's only one vulnerable person, and you know, as fast as you grew this 15, you're going to go 15 more below them. So this person, you're going to tell them, look, don't worry about anything. I have my own things to worry about. I got to build my other leg, man. Don't worry, you're going to get a downline. So you're going to say that to this person. This person's not asking anymore. Neither are these few. This person you know is emailing me, asking if they can reinvest in their other leg. These people are starting to get, you know, if we were on a ship, there'd be mutiny. People want their other leg grown. So that's where we are. That's a very good thing for your organization and a very long way from anybody looking at walking away. So you may have given up the first $150 coming your way. However, what you have done is cemented your path to the $10,000 goal that everybody tells me is the real dream here. This is not going to be a dream. We're going to do it in a way that's proven by canceling out the most fatal problem in multi-level marketing, which is retention. There's only one person with no downline. These people are not going anywhere. They just have varying levels of impatience with me because I'm saying it's not time to build your other leg yet. Here's what happens when you start to build your other leg. Now, will you build another leg? You saw how fast we got you to 15 or 12 or 11 or 10 or whatever you're at. You saw how fast that went, right? So of course, you're going to start your other leg. And that's at that time where it's time to reinvest in your business. And then you start your other leg like this. Well, don't forget, so did this guy. So did this person. And so did this person. And don't forget, this one kept going down here, right? So you went, holy cow, you just added 2 people, but look, Chris, in my runaway leg, I've got 2, 4, I got 7 people that just hit my organization, you know, on my strong leg. So I went from 15 to 22. On the weak leg, we only went to 2. Don't worry, right? Month number 2, next month, or maybe not month, next month, next day, next week, next whatever. The next time you get a check of your organization, maybe you've got 5 people. But don't forget, 1, 2, 3. So do these guys. So do these guys. And don't forget, this one kept going on down here. So these folks would have launched off 2. And you would have got, let's say, plus 3 more down here, right? So all of a sudden you went 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 3 more. So you went 16 more people on this line. You grew by 16 on this group. You got 5 over here. Well, what's happening over here? This person, is he thinking about walking? No, they're asking about other ads soon, about their other leg. This person, you know, feels good. This person's buyer remorse just disappeared. This person just got their first sign up. They're feeling good. This person's vulnerable. Now, in an organization of, what do we got here? About 31, you got about 36, 37 people in your organization. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottoms. You have 7 people in your whole organization, about 20% who are feeling vulnerable. Now, everybody else is feeling good. Everybody else is on a growth model. Out of an organization of 36, 37 people, you have 20% on the bottom. Remember that organization a moment ago where you had 50 or 14 people, you had 8 on the bottom. You had more than 50% of your organization as the most vulnerable people. This one's only got 20%. And because of this growth model, you know that they're going to stay because they're going to be kept because they're going to get their single downlines. They're going to get their downline going. So play this out, you know, another round here. We're sticking in 3 by this stage because some of the advertising's adding up. So you got 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here. This guy went by 3 as well. So did them. Excuse me. This person who just launches off, let's say we always do only 2 on that launch off. You've just got these guys, folks, all launched off. I say guys a lot, excuse that. It's just a figure of speech that I've stuck in my head when I'm kind of winging things here. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You got 24 people that were added to this leg now. 24 people that were added in the space. Now you've got 8 over here. Remember what these guys are doing. They're starting to kind of get anxious. They're like, let's go. Other ads. Let's speed this up a little bit. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? And this one, let's say in that time, it grew. Let's not get too far down this line. You can see what happens there every month, though, or every cycle. Every time the new group of ads go through, every time we have a new batch of webinars, it bursts upwards because these other legs are spiraling out of control. Don't forget, now this person, once he has a downline of this, is going to want to start. This one's going to continue. Then these will all start, and so on and so on. So this gets bigger and bigger and bigger, faster and faster and faster. Well, now you've got 15 over here. And you think, okay, well, I got 15, but look at the size of this leg, right? Look at how much it exploded. You may be at a stage here where you're probably adding 40 and 50 members a month to your organization. That's a lot of growth, okay? And what's happened over here? Well, you know what happens. It's time for this person to kick off their leg, kick off their group, and you went by 4 or 6 people that month, and you get paid on every single person in this organization, right? Every single person, because this leg's going to be so big, every single person that ever comes in anywhere, top to bottom, right to left, as long as this is your weak leg, you will get paid on every single person. Every single sign-up generates you an income. And you think, yeah, but I'm only getting 4, 5, 6 at a time. I'm getting like 50, 60, 70 a month over here, and it's growing faster and faster. Remember, this leg used to be 15, right? So when you get to 15 over here, and whatever number you do out over here, you can say, wow, if that took, just as an example of time, I've been cautioned not to mention time too much, just as an example of time, let's say that took 3 months. Even though we've done it for a bunch of people in 2 months already, through the summer, let's say that's a 3-month window. Good for you, okay, 3 months. And then this one exploded. Well, so what's going to happen over the next 3 months to this leg, statistically, is what you saw going on in this leg. So in the next month, month 4, let's say, when you see this happen, whatever that growth was, you're kind of seeing a 3-month, a 3-month from now estimate on your income. You got 50 people in the organization, all right, you're going to make about $2,000 that month, plus all of your other residual campaigns. You're going to get up to $2,600, $2,700. Oh, and then they grew by 100 one month. Maybe that was 6, 7 months, whatever that was. It was down the line. But you're only 3 months behind what you're seeing over here. You're going to be able to chart your growth as compared to this leg. Because again, remember, 15 in a row here spawned this. Now you just put 15 in a row here, and you spawned this. You've got 20% of your organization that's on the bottom. So you got the vast majority of our organization is insulated. You've created a model that the bottom will always get support, always feel good, and those bottom most important people don't drop off. Because remember, even in this model, if they start dropping off the bottom, it's going to eat its way up the chain because people don't like to see shrinking. That kills your motivation. It kills your structure. They want to see growth. So this is why we do it. And like I said, the time difference between this leg getting to 15 as compared to this leg, focus on how far behind your weak leg is. If it's 2 months, if it's 3 months, if it's 4 months, then that inevitable question of when's this all going to happen, you're going to have a pretty concrete definition. Because if in 3 months, like I said, when we were adding 24 people to the organization, we were up around here. So by this stage that this is 15, you're adding about 40, 45 people a month to your organization. So you are now, because you're starting this phase, you're about 3 months behind a $2,500 to $3,000 a month income. You are now building that up. In 3 months from now, it's predictable to get there. But maybe 3 months from now, this leg is growing by 150 people. And then you say, okay, well, I'm another 3 months away then, because this pace has continued. So I'm another 3 months away then from an organization that's making me about $7,500 or $8,000 a month. And it's going to continue growing and growing and growing. But it's key, absolutely key, that you do it right in the beginning. Okay? And that's why I'm building the organizations the way they are. It has to be for the long term. Everybody is in this for the long term. Everybody is in this to make sure that you start something, you see some growth, which you all have, except for there's probably about 6 people in the organization, grand total now, that are on the bottoms. Everybody else has seen a downline. And those 6 people are in within weeks, not months. So they're feeling, they've been in contact with me, we're building a relationship, and they're going to get signups this week because we're about to start some webinars, right? So they're going to feel good. Your organization is insulated. It can grow, like those first, months or whatever it takes to get to 15 are those, can be a long, arduous task, and then you get to the, a couple months later, you do all this, and it can feel like time, but at the same time, you want to be on a path that's going to have a likely ending. It's like I used to when I was teaching Taekwondo, and people would come, we were training for the World Championships, and there was always those people that came up into the gym that last week before and really started pushing and really started getting into it, really started training, and it's like, look, you know what? You're putting in too little too late. No, you can't put enough into a foundation that you need for elite success. The road started years ago. Okay? And it was consistent and it was arduous, but it got there. And you know what? Every person who's gotten to that destination has laid it out the same way. So in our case, it's automated. In your case, if you were doing it yourself, you'd have to have a lot of discipline to kind of stick with this. But I mean, I'm not saying that you would do it any other way, but please understand why we build it like this. I've seen a lot of different of these, I call them binaries, but it's a dual team in Organo, but I've seen a lot of these different structures. I've seen a lot of different ways to build them, and I've seen the way that people do it for long-term success. And again, long-term in traditional business senses used to be 5 years. I mean, I'm saying long-term within give this months to pay off and a year to make real money. And you're going to see that the system's going to be pretty effective for you and your downline, and it's going to get you an organization that's large, insulated, secure, and your income will be too. All right? Hope this makes sense. You know where to reach me by email. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody.